Hey, Dan, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be another All Signs tarot reading. This is a community read, a collective reading. You know the drill. If it's not resonating with you, that's okay. I have a feeling, though, that if you felt drawn to this, and if my version of the algorithm brought it to your attention, then that's for a reason, and I trust that. Either way, I appreciate the company. I have a tendency to interpret these messages as encouragement. Sometimes we got to get down into the nitty gritty, but if we go down into the depths, I'm going to bring you right on back up. So no worries, okay? Thank you either way for joining me. I really appreciate the company. Now let's see what we can get into. Alrighty, I have pre-shuffled, but what we're going to do this time is just simply cut the decks and draw the cards and then go over the story that we have to enjoy together today. So we're going to begin with the Maiden. We caught a glimpse of that the other day. On the bottom we have the Medallion. This always reminds me of Anya's necklace in Buffy. Most prominent in the episode The Wish, which was my favorite for the longest time. And then let's move on to the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck, which is, repeat. I'm pretty sure the last reading that I shared had that one of them anyway. Interesting on the bottom. We've seen this one a lot. That's something that we've been doing together a lot lately, isn't it? Performing alchemy, turning our trauma, our previous pain into gold, growing from it, learning from it, and all that good. Right? Mr. Frog. Alrighty. It's clarification time. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Little something. This is YouTube. Let's lighten the mood and have some fun, right? All right, chapter 1 is the Two of Wands. Chapter 2, the High Priestess. Chapter 3, Knight of Pentacles. Chapter 4, Three of Pentacles. Okay, interesting. Harmonious even. It's going to come up underneath the Two of Wands. Hey now, the Three of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah. Hey, oh goodness. Here we go with the nudity. I had a feeling I wanted to make sure I had things that I could hide a penis with. We keep seeing this card as well, don't we, lately? Lots of love. Eight of Wands. Shall we save the epilogue for last? Okay. So, the Maiden. What I am feeling from this card right now is it's all part of stepping into the unknown, right? And moving on to the next chapter of our life, the next portion. Everything's feeling new. And it's almost like we feel young again. We know exactly how old we are. But there's that awe to life again, that we're no longer merely on the precipice. We're beginning fresh. We're beginning anew, right? And I don't know, there's a youthfulness to it, right? That childlike wonder. And I think that a big part of it, because they always talk about maidens being so beautiful and la. I say it like that because of the superficial bullshit of it all, right? Because we're all beautiful in our own rights. Regardless of what Hollywood and some marketing firm wants us to think, right? We're all beautiful. But I think that right now, the most beautiful aspect of it all is it's that light glowing from within. That can sound cheesy to some. I don't care. I don't care. It's beautiful. You glow. All right? Now let's see what the book has to say. The Virgin, the Princess, the innocent. The maiden archetype is the epitome of innocent arousal, naive sensuality, and precarious purity. She is compelling and addictive because of her flawless and youthful glow. She's the first archetype in the trifecta of maiden, mother, crone, and rightfully so, because she has, oh, so much to learn. The maiden is perfectly positioned for trouble to come her way and subject her to a challenge that leads to the next phase of womanhood. She must grow up, yet hesitates at the threshold, enamored by the charms of youth. The maiden represents the side of us that is riveted and curious, drawn to shadowy forests, dark nights, with a K, thank you, and taking just one taste of poisonous fruit. Her magic is edgy and includes both shame and delight. Let yourself fall down the rabbit hole, young one. Boosh, right? Don't worry about words like challenges and stuff like that and learning, because hopefully, regardless of our age, we continue to learn. There's so much, right? There's just so much. There's so much out there. There's so much to explore and learn from, because our whole thing here, whether you know, I believe in it. I don't need you to agree with me. It's okay. You can do whatever. I think that we're here to learn. I think that we're meant to grow and evolve and all that good. Right? So remember, keep in mind, like my point I was trying to make before I started to derail, is that even when the worst is behind us, we're still going to experience challenges. Life is still going to hashtag life. We still love people who are in biological bodies, right? That's just a part of things, the circle and all that, right? But challenges and growth and evolution, it becomes different. And the more wisdom that we gain, the more in tune with ourselves, our souls, our, the divine, the more we know how to handle accordingly. So don't be fearful of words like challenges and growth, okay? Now, sword, make the change. You don't have to literally cut your hair, but what I'm thinking of looking at this image is how you need to get out with the old in order to receive and accept and bring in the new, right? Sometimes we have leftovers sitting in our fridge for half an eternity that we weren't able to get to in time. Maybe we made too much and it's like, well, shit. Well, I don't know about you, but I've in life picked up a very waste not, want not mentality, right? But you want more food, right? Like some of us may be like, I want to always have a full fridge and a full pantry and to never have to worry about being able to feed my family. Get those leftovers the heck out of there. Are you going to name them? They are growing. You know what I mean? It's a science project now. You need to throw that away. You need to compost it, send it back to the earth, whatever, right? But let it go. Is somebody in your family constantly putting the condiment bottles back in the fridge even when they use the last drop? What is that about? My mother does that. It drives me crazy. I'm like, what are you doing? Just set it aside so I can rinse it out and recycle it. It's okay. I'll do it. Why are you teasing me by putting it back in the fridge? Maybe someone can relate to that. I don't know. Let's see what the book has to say. There is a big life change you've been thinking of making for a while now. This is a sign that you need to trust your instincts and take the leap. Whether you're thinking about cutting your hair or finding a job better suited for you, do the thing and do it with confidence. Okay, so the one sword tarot card that we have out here is the Three of Swords. So it's very interesting that the Oracle deck was like, let me give you, let's balance the sword action out a wee bit, because out with the old, in with the new. The fact that these two are lining up is telling me that this has gotten in your way a lot. It certainly has with me. I've been getting this message in my personal shit. Don't worry, I'm right here with you, fam. Right? I feel like when it comes to tarot, it's kind of like acting, where you need to have things that you can tap into, or else what the heck are you trying to tell people? What the heck are you trying to recommend and advise with, right? And there's been a lot that has happened that has been incredibly painful, and it has affected your heart, which has affected your mind. All too often, so many of us, we get hurt, we have our hearts, it feels like they just get decimated and just smashed to smithereens, and it's like, well then, I guess I won't be doing that again. And it's like, no, not like that though. It's not your heart, it's not love that did that to you, that hurt you, betrayed you, lied and cheated on you. It was that person. There's a big difference, right? You put your unconditional love in the palm of your hand and handed it over to someone, and they threw it on the ground and they stomped on it. That's on them. Loving them isn't what you did wrong. Giving them so much power over you, over your happiness, putting that in their palm is maybe, I don't recommend, because your happiness depends on you. So let's take it to a new beginning, right? The twos are for beginnings, and the wands have a tendency to be fire, passion, creativity. And for a lot of us creatives, our heart need to be a part of things. Otherwise, how are we moved? How are we able to be affected so that we can create what we create, right? Sometimes, I feel like there's no like order to these tarot, the way I put out the tarot cards today. But I do feel like they're all connected. So this one is letting you know, healing, it can't rain all the time, fam. You need to take those swords out of your heart and open your heart back up again. And for some in this community, it's been a long time since you've really allowed yourself to love unconditionally, to really open it. Like, you know what I tend to do when I'm like needing to heal and I'm just trying to, not be bitter? I tend to get these little crushes. I like to refer to them as my safe crushes. It'll be on someone that I have no chance with. I would never try, like someone who's already in a relationship. No, I'm not doing that. But I will have a safe crush because I'm not going to do anything. Just that camaraderie, just being able to hang out with someone that I get along with so well. We have the same sense of humor and all that good. And their honey is usually pretty darn spiffy too. And I like them too, whether it's a crush or not. You know what I mean? Like, because it's part of my healing process that took me a long time to realize, even though it should have been in my face, right? Whatever it is, especially if you feel safe doing it, this is needing to heal. And you don't need to be perfectly healed and coiffed in order to move on into this new chapter, right? You just don't. You're human, and you're going to rock this shit either way. And you've already begun that healing process, enabling things to move on. Look at this Knight of Pentacles. We're skipping ahead. But this Knight of Pentacles showing up facing this Three of Pentacles is speaking volumes to me, okay? But first, Now with this healing, if not healed, now it's like, okay, I'm ready. What's next? Let's do it. Come what may, let's dive into the unknown. Let's chase that horizon. The world is literally in the palm of your hand, right? Let's go. Don't only want love. Don't only want someone to match your vibe and to be aligned with you. Open yourself up to receive. Even if you're scared, even if at times you get a little triggered, you know what to do. You know what the red flags really are. Don't just be, like I have a kitty here who's a rescue kitty. And even though we've, she's been here with me for at least a couple of months now, I think at least 3 months now, and she lets me pick her up now. But if we're lounging on my bed here, right? This is just a tabletop easel on my bed. And we're just vibing and chill, then I can pick her up for a little bit. And she'll purr. She has such a loud motor. If you're curious, I do have a channel with these cute kitties. They're too cute to keep to myself. It's the Kona Purrs channel. Just Kona Purrs. And this is Cookie that I'm talking about. They are very fluffy calicos. And yeah, she'll let me hold her. But I know that if we're walking around or whatever, I'm not going to bother trying to hold her then, because she's just going to dash. You know what I mean? Ow. I caught my fingertip. Right? So it's like over this time together, it's almost like they came into, words. It's like they came into my life at the time that we all three needed one another. Right? And we're able to thrive here together. Our hearts healing, our minds healing, and all that good. So you need to be open. You need to be able to receive. You got to accept, right? Or else, what are you hoping for? What are you asking the divine universe for? What exactly are you trying to manifest if you're only going to get in your own way? Why get in your own way when all you want is the freedom to live your life the way you choose? Right? Silly. Okay. That brings us to the High Priestess and the Eight of Pentacles hanging out here together. First of all, I love that she is between these two cards. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. So, a recognition of probably what I was just talking about. Understanding that you are the only one holding yourself back, especially as an adult. Come on now. And reaching that point of realizing how, some of us, for most of us, part of becoming an adult is realizing the things that you grew up being taught and told were bullshit. And figuring out what it means for you. Whether we're talking about religion, finances, businesses, where we want to work, all of that. What was the point of learning this stuff in school if I'm not even going to be utilizing it? Except for this, I like doing that. You know what I mean? And at some point, you get the riffraff out of the way. You get the bullshit out of your head because it doesn't belong there. And you figure out who the heck you are. This can be learning new skills so that you can get a different job in which you can thrive in which you don't feel like you're selling your soul. I used to have a buddy, we're still friends. I just haven't talked to him, and I haven't spoken with him in a while. But he worked at frickin' Disney down in LA. And he would refer to it as the soul-crushing job. He sold his soul working there. But, paying his bills, able to remodel the bathroom and all that good, right? No more soul crushing. No more doing the things that we're told we have to do and sucking it up, buttercup, and all that shit. Figuring out who you are. And for some, that has absolutely been a part of the esoteric stuff of honing your intuition. Whether it's through tarot reading, I just returned to tarot after like more than a decade away. Oh, shoot. Almost 2 decades since the last time I had a deck of tarot cards when I got these. And I've been building this muscle and, you know, working this muscle, honing the skills, working on my communication skills, right? You could have gone back to school this time for what you want to learn. Maybe your parents forced you because they were paying for it, to do a particular thing. Maybe your mom really wanted you to be a doctor. But holy cow, pie Batman, right? Whatever. This person has taken themselves away from town. They're like outside of town, diligently doing their thing, focused, honing that skill. This is mastery, right? And I feel like that's you figuring out your intuition, at least some of us in this collective. Figuring out your intuition, figuring out the difference between your thoughts and your subconscious and outside influence, right? So many of us have been catching ourselves with negative self-talk and alchemizing that shit, going, no, that's not how I want to think. That's not how I want to speak to myself. I got better shit to do with my energy than wrap it around negativity, right? There's a whole wide world out there to explore, and not everyone is a piece of shit. Damn it. And with the Knight of Pentacles arriving above the Lovers, the Lovers card also represents self-love. It also represents opening yourself up to the universe, whatever that means for you, and accepting the gifts that they've been trying to share with you. The universe, your ancestors and spirit guides, again, whatever that means for you, right? A lot of us, whether, you know, we're talking Buddhism or the law of attraction, assumption, Neville Goddard and his mentor Abdullah, you know, a lot of us believe that we are God of our realities. Our minds control and create our realities. Right? We're both big and small, important and unimportant, and we all are here to do our part to bring positive vibes to this earth and to one another. And that can include opening yourself up to accept and receive, not just from other people, but from the universe and your own soul. My stomach is really hurting all of a sudden. So, either way, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight of the deck. They're just standing there. I was refreshing my memory on this card the other day, and the book that I was looking through pointed out that the horse being black on this card, black in for many, witchcraft and whatnot, is a color of protection. Now, and it being the slowest, this could be like a year. Like a year's worth of time or more of going through the points of the process, the particular leg of the journey, that once we get here, now, this knight is like, okay, now you're ready for this. Here, have a pentacle. Pentacles aren't just money. You can also consider them like seeds. Seeds and ideas planted. And you have not only gone through so much in your life, but you have gone through so much growth and transformation recently that now you are ready. Fam, don't doubt yourself. What has all this work been for? You are ready for love, period, to be in your life, to surround you and love you. You're ready to feel it, to share it, to receive it. So be sure that you are opening up and allowing it. Okay, you've learned so much. The swords are the mind. Wisdom gained, right? I like to think of the Three of Pentacles card as co-creating with the divine universe. It means working in harmony, collaboration, either way, whichever you prefer. And it's with the Eight of Wands. This could mean you have a message coming in. Maybe you're getting a new job where whether you are able to work from home or in whatever environment, you're all working together, doing your parts. However, for the greater good, it's harmonious, right? It's not a soul-crushing, God, I hate this job, but at least it's paying my bills. And then I get to have a week's vacation, maybe, depending on the person. I used to have chronic migraines that would have me stuck in bed all day. I never had PTO. I never had sick days because they were always used up by the time March rolled around. You know what I mean? It's really difficult to take vacations when you're always out of work because of whatever ailments and such going on. Ooh, loud vehicle. Nope, that's a plane. I mean, oh, fam, that could also be confirmation that for some, you're about to fly. You're about to go travel somewhere. That's another part of the Eight of Wands. Wow. Listen to that plane talk. That plane is singing to us today, fam. Wow. Interesting timing. Hey, dude, I love this shit. I love tarot. Anyway, spontaneous adventures are also represented with the Eight of Wands. So, are you ready? Are you ready? Because if we're going the way I prefer to go, the divine is saying, be ready, because it is now time. It is now time. All right? What's the epilogue to this lovely story? Justice. Heck yeah, fam. We kept seeing the Queen of Swords for a bit there, didn't we, recently? Here's the other card where besides an ace, where the sword is going right up. But she's also, don't forget, she also has the scales, right? Balance. Balance is restored right up there with the Temperance card, which we've also seen. There's so many cards that just keep coming back to say, hey, hello, I meant what I said. And this, like, even if you're worried about things that you've done, just handle it with grace, fam. Because you still have reason to love your life. You still have reasons to love yourself. Because you're not done yet. Right? You're not done. And you still have the rest of your life to enjoy. If there are things that you're not proud of, it's a good thing you learned from those experiences, because you're never going to repeat that bullshit, are you? Heck nah. But more than likely, you're getting either way, you're getting what you deserve. And I feel nothing but pleasant vibes. Like I said, I prefer to share messages of encouragement and love. I let the cards do what they want. I mean, I know that I don't really tend to deal with reversals. If it happens, it happens. I trust that the message is going to come through me the way it's meant to. Right? Balance is being restored for all of us right now. What's on the bottom? Boosh, the Emperor. That Aries energy. You are handling things. Handling it. You have that balance now to where it's not that he doesn't feel. It's not that he doesn't have a heart beating. All that red and everything, it can represent love, like the heart, but it can also represent passion. And there's a couple of wands cards out here, right? Creativity, like he handles it regardless of how he feels. He handles it like, are you a good ruler or are you an egotistical maniac? Right? That says more to me than anything else. But also what he's holding there always reminds me of always reminds me of the Gonzo symbol, and he's got his fist. Oh, whatever. Anyway, the King of Swords. I did mention the Queen, didn't I? He's like, hello, I'm here too. But your sword's tilted, sir. Anyway, that's a lot of divine masculine balancing out all this divine feminine. It's all good. Balance, balance, balance. Restored. Right? Heck yeah, fam. What are the extra notes for this story? Oh, I think we have the Pisces card coming up. Sure do. Who's the Pisces? What's the Pisces? What's going on there? I have a couple of Pisces that have moved on to, swapped planes of existence, if you will. My father and an ex of mine, actually, that I'm still trying to get used to the fact that he's not around anymore. He was one of those people who would just kind of show up randomly because he did his own thing and just, did his own thing. Little turd biscuit. But there's also another Pisces that I've been a little worried about that I haven't spoken to in a long time, and I hope he's okay. Pisceans, whether they care to admit it or not, listen, if the only astrology book you'll ever need says in the freaking Venus and Libra portion, which I have, the first sentence, you love, or whatever the heck it is, you're in love with love, and just putting my business out there like that, I'm going to put your business out there. Fair's fair, balance, right? Pisceans have a tendency to feel so very deeply. So deeply. And that may be part of the struggle for you, that you feel things so viscerally, so deep with every fiber of your being. I always say that my heart is attached to everything. It's attached to my vagina. It's attached to my hands. You know what I mean? It's attached to my lips. It's attached to everything, right? I'm a writer. I'm a singer. I'm a dancer. I'm an artiste. I was saying earlier, us creatives, when our heart is not well cared for, it's really freaking obvious. But, we might also, chop some limbs and pieces off because of it too. What is that about? Anyway, it's stuff. It's stuff, fam. What's the next card? Ooh, African proverb. To a man who's afraid, everything rustles. I love this proverb. What do you have to be so afraid of when you are connected to the divine? When you've learned so much throughout your life, so much wisdom has been gained, and you know better. You know what to do. You know how to handle things accordingly, and you understand at this point that we're all on our own journey, right? We're all doing our own thing, and it's more obvious than ever when someone's reacting a type of way that it's just their pain talking, and they don't know how else to express. They don't know what else to do. It doesn't mean you have to put up with it or take it, but it's kind of helpful. What's on the bottom? What did I say? What did I say earlier? Put away your laundry before judging me, okay? Thanks. You know, people are sitting there nagging at you, and you're like, you know, you have a lot of leftovers sitting in your fridge, and you're telling me how to do my business? That goes along with what I was just saying. Hurt hurts. You can look at people, you can hear them, and it's so obvious now. They're just walking bags of trauma and just triggering one another. Right? Oh, my tum-tum hurts. Oh, Fan, thank you so much for joining me in this reading. I really appreciate the company. If this vibe matched your vibe, maybe consider giving a little like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. It's free and it means the world to us YouTubers, all of us. Thank you so much. And always remember that I love you.